Hey, what's going on? It's Jonathan Riggins with Rigid Tactical, and today I have another straight out of the box video for you on the 365 FUSE. So a good friend of mine, Roy, is letting me borrow this, and I'm actually already at the range, and I'm filming in the parking lot, and then we're gonna go and shoot it in the match. And so let's get into it real quick, kind of do an overview of what I like about this pistol, maybe what I don't like about this pistol. This is a P365, not a P320, so we're not really too worried about accidental discharges or anything like that, luckily. All right, so let's go over this pistol real quick, and then we'll get inside and go and shoot it. So if you're unfamiliar with the P365 FUSE, this is essentially a P365 X macro with a longer slide up here. So as you can tell, that's a lot longer than your typical P365. Does have like that X macro texturing on the grip, which I do really, really like. It is very thin. It's one good thing about the P365. Let's see, yeah, right there. Really thin. Has blacked out rear with a fiber optic front, which blacked out rear and a fiber optic front, which I am a huge fan of. It is cut for an optic. I believe this is an RMSC optic cut. And then, of course, you have some very, very aggressive texturing slide cuts, so you can rack that pretty easily. I'm interested to see my thoughts on the trigger after tonight. My first thoughts are I do not particularly care for it, but we will see. So walking back the slide release is pretty simple. Mag release is pretty easy. It does come with a mag well right there, as you can see. And whenever I grip down on it, I don't feel any flex or anything like that. One thing I do know is I am going to have to lube this up. It does have the factory lube on it, and as you can tell, it is a little rough, so probably throw some Slip 2000 on it before we run it. So yeah, I mean, I think I really like it. I like the form factor of the 365. I like that thinner profile. The grip angle is nice. We'll see about the trigger. Really liking how bright that fiber optic is, how long of a fiber optic rod gets in there, so it really collects light. We're shooting indoors, so sometimes that can be a problem with these, or with fiber. Shooting indoors, you just don't get enough light into it. So we'll see how that works out tonight. But yeah, dude, I really like this. I really like the longer slide. You know, that sight radius, just extending it out is going to make this a much more accurate gun than when your typical P365. But dude, maybe the trigger, that's the only thing I don't really like about it. Everything else, I really, really, really like. So yeah, that's all I got to say about it right now. Let's get inside and let's go and shoot.
That like live in Colombia, we let them go early, and that's cool. But like everyone else has to stay and break down, please. Are you ready? Come on.
All right, let's go over what I liked and what I did not like about the SIG P365 FUSE. To be completely honest, there's not much I dislike about this gun. If there's one thing I can nitpick about it, it's the trigger. I think the trigger could be better, but for the most part, I never really noticed it. Besides that, I really enjoyed the gun. Now, unfortunately, I've already returned that gun back to Roy. So thank you, Roy, for letting me use it. I really appreciate it. You're a great friend. And thank you for the opportunity to shoot it, especially to put the first rounds through a brand new gun. I know that was pretty hard to let someone else do. So thank you so much. I thought the design of this gun was spectacular. The length is perfect. It gives you that full-size type of feel, but that slimline design, but full capacity magazines. I was running 17 as well as 22 round mags throughout this match just because that's what came with the gun. I believe it comes with one 17 and two 22 round mags, and they all worked phenomenally. You will see in the video that there was one malfunction, I guess technically two malfunctions, where they were failures to go into battery. That was due to the gun being new, and I had lubed up the gun before the match, but as the match went on, that lube was kind of absorbed into the metal. And so really what should have happened is I should have lubed this gun up a couple days before, reapplied the lube, because the metal is porous. It will absorb the oils over time, as well as whenever there is heat, it's going to burn some of that lube off. I believe what happened is that the gun just started to bind up because of the lubricant burning up or being absorbed. So I went to the safe table, took the gun apart, lubed it up again, got it nice and wet, and the gun ran fine the rest of the match. But what I liked about this gun, starting from the top, the sights are amazing, straight out of the box. I always liked a blacked out rear with a fiber optic front that allows you to be very precise in your shooting. And even shooting indoors, I was able to see the fiber optic very well because the fiber optic rod is longer than a lot of other fiber optic front sights you'll see. And so that length in the fiber optic rod allows it to absorb more light, which will make it brighter. So I really like that. The aggressive serrations on the slide helped whenever I had to do an unloaded start. And so I was able to rack the gun very easily, you know, my hands not slipping off or anything like that, and just get to work. The slide release worked as advertised. I believe on one of the stages, I went to slide lock after doing a mag dump and was able to hit the slide release without really thinking. So the functionality of this gun is great. Where the placement of the slide release, the mag release is easy to use. And I believe anyone would be able to pick up the gun and operate it pretty much flawlessly with how they've designed it and, you know, the dimensions of the gun. The laser etching on the grip is tremendous. I was able to get a very good purchase on the grip. Now, personally, I think this trigger is perfect for a carry gun, but not a competition gun. But again, I don't really have anything to complain about. It worked well. I was able to break shots with ease with it. The magwell performed flawlessly, had no issues with reloads, and I really like that it was integrated very well into the grip. So overall, my thoughts about the SIG FUSE are I really enjoy it. I think it would be the perfect carry pistol as well as a reliable gun. That's really all I got. You know, not too many negatives, a ton of positives about this gun, and I was very happy with how it performed. It was so accurate. It was easy to shoot. I was able to just go straight to work with it, and I never really had to think about it. Everything just performed as it should on a pistol straight out of the box. So thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next episode. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Catch you later.